Right, we are still proceeding with our question paper. Now we are going to indulge 1.2. 1.2. Then in 1.2 we have 2x plus y, that is equal to 3, and 2y plus 2x squared minus 5, that is equal to negative x. And in this regard, we are required to solve for the value of x and y simultaneously if these two distinctive equations are given. If these two different equations are given. Now, let us write our equation. The first equation that is given to us is this equation. We are going to write that equation first to say we are having 2x plus y that is equal to positive 3. Then we are going to say this is equation number 1. This will be equation number 1. Then we are going to write our second equation, 2y plus 2x squared minus 5, that is equal to negative x. Let us write that again so that it is clear to anyone. Negative x. Then this is equation number 2. Then, as I've said before, that these are the two distinctive equations. They are not the same. Then we are going to classify them. We are going to name which equation is which equation. Then you need to understand that when you are solving a simultaneous equation, you are always given two equations that are not the same. Where x and y, they have the power of one not written here. It means this equation, it is a linear equation. This equation, the whole equation, 1, it is a linear equation. That entails further to say this equation, it is a quadratic. How do you see a quadratic? Either variable x alone or variable y alone, or both variable x and variable y, they have the power of what? Of 2. It means that equation, it will be a quadratic. Now, if you have to solve simultaneous equation, the first thing that you need to check is the linear equation. In this case, our equation number 1, it is our linear equation. Then from equation number 1, we are going to form what is called equation number 3. Then let us write that from equation number 1, we are going to form equation number 3. Then how do we do that? In equation number 1, we check between variable x or variable y, which one it has a coefficient of a 1, which one it does not have anything before as a number. It has a coefficient of 1 that is not written. Then we see that variable x here, it has a coefficient of 2. Then variable y here, it has a coefficient, that one that is silent. Then from equation number 1, as we have outlined here, we are going to make that variable the subject of the formula. You always make the variable with the coefficient of 1 the subject of the formula. Then we are going to transpose 2x to the side so that we are able to make y the subject of the formula. Then we'll be remaining with y on the left hand side. That is equal to, remember on the right hand side, this is what I already have. In this case, I have positive 3. Then remember, I take 2x to the side. On this side, it is positive. Please, when you bring it this side, you can't maintain the same positive 2x. Then the sign needs to change to be negative 2x. Negative 2x. This now becomes our equation number 3. Then after you shall have equation number 3, now you are going to substitute. You come to the step of what? Substitute. What are we substituting? We are substituting our equation number 3. We are going to substitute equation number 3 into a quadratic equation always. If you have equation number 3, you are going to substitute that equation number 3 into the quadratic. In this case, what is our quadratic? Into equation number 2. What does that mean? What does this substitution mean? Remember, from equation number 3, we have y that is equal to 3 minus 2x. Meaning this part that we have here, which is 3 minus 2x, it is equal to one variable, which is variable y. Meaning where we see y in equation number 2, we are not going to write y again, but in the place of y, we are going to write what is equal to y. In this case, y is equal to 3 minus 2x. Now we come to equation number 2. Equation number 2, we have 2. It starts with the 2. Then near the 2, there is a y. Remember, where we see y, we don't write the y. Then we are going to substitute. The moment to substitute, please introduce a bracket. To say, where we see y, we are going to substitute what is equal to y. In this case, y is equal to 3 minus 2x. Close bracket. Then we proceed with the same equation. After 2y, what do we have? We have positive 2x square minus 5, that is equal to negative x. Now we need to simplify. We need to simplify. We need to simplify here by taking care of the bracket. We are going to multiply everything that is inside the bracket with the 2. Then positive 2 multiplied by positive 3. You can't have anything negative there. It means the answer will be positive 6. Then positive 2 multiplied by negative 2x. Where you multiply a positive and a negative, negative always wins. Then 2 multiplied by 2, it results to positive negative 4x. Then we have plus what? 2x square minus 5, that is equal to negative x. Now, here, what needs to happen? We are having this equation here. Remember, here we are having what is called a quad. Why? Because one of the x's that we have here, it has a power of 2. Now we need to follow the standard form of a quad. That says a x square. It means we need to have a term first with a square. Then it says plus bx. We need to have a term with an x as the second term, and we have plus a c. What is c? A constant, a number without any variable. That is said to be equal to 0. Meaning that on the left and on the right hand side of our equation, we only want to see a 0. Now here, on the left hand side, we already have a term with a square. What needs to happen? We just have to rearrange. We are not transposing, we are just rearranging this equation that we have here. We already have a term with a square on the left. We are going to start with the term, and the only term with a square is this term here, and it's a positive. Then we have 2x. Let us write that again. We have 2x square. Then we must look if we have a term with an x on the left hand side. On the left hand side, yes, we do have. Here is a term. Then we bring it down as negative 4x. Remember, on the right hand side of the equation, we have a term, and according to the standard form, we don't want to see nothing there. Then this term, we must transpose it here. We must transpose it here, so that for the second term, I have a term with an x. Then it's a negative x, we bring it this side. The side needs to change to be a plus x. Now, we want to have a term without any variable. We have two terms here. Here they are. Then we start with positive 6 on the left. Remember, we are rearranging. Positive 6. Then we have another term, which is a constant, negative 5. That is said to be equal. So now here we don't have nothing. Now we still bring this term downwards, which is positive 2x squared. Now we have like terms here. We have a like terms here. If you have the like terms, please consider the signs first. You check between the like terms. If the signs are not the same between the like terms, you must take the sign of the bigger number. Remember, here we have a 1 that is silent near the x. We have the 1 that is silent there. Here we have the 1 that is silent as the coefficient of what? An x. Since well we have a 4 and the 1, and this term is a positive and this term is a negative, we take the sign of the bigger number. Then 4 is bigger than 1, its sign is negative. After that, subtract. 4 minus 1, we are left with the 3. We are left with a 3. Then between the x's, we only consider one x there. Here it is. Then also here we have like terms, which is numbers. What needs to happen? We consider, or we take the sign of the bigger number between the 6 and the 5. 6 is a bigger number. We take its sign, which is a positive. Then we subtract 6 minus a 5. We are left with only 1. That is equal to 0. Now, what do we have here? We have a standard form of a quadratic. Then we apply the quadratic formula that says x is equal to negative b plus and minus the square root of b squared minus 4 ac, everything else all divided by 2a. Then x is equal to, remember this is a negative that came with the formula, we bring it down. Then The value of b, it is the number that comes before an x. Here is our x, the number before an x. This is what we have as the number before an x. This number represents this b here that we see in the quadratic formula. Since well that number, since well that number is a negative, we open a bracket, then negative 3, close bracket, plus and minus. The square root, it says the b that we have written outside, the same value of b written outside, rewrite that value again inside the bracket, then inside the square root, then we are having negative 3, close bracket, all what? All square, minus 4. Then the value of a is a number that comes before an x squared term. Here it's a number that comes before an x squared term. It represents the value of a. Then where we see a, substitute. What are we substituting? The positive what? 2, close bracket. Then the value of c is that number without an x. The number without an x that we have here it's a positive 1, close bracket. Then everything else all divided by 2 into 2. Then x is equal to, or x is equal to. Let us see those values of x. The first value of x that we have here, we have 1. And the second value of x that we have here is 1 over 2. Now we have our x's. We go and find their corresponding y. How do we get the y? We must use that equation number 3 that we have formed when we started here. This equation is going to assist us to find the y's. Then where we see x in this equation, we are going to substitute those values of x. Then we are going to say y is equal to 3 minus 2. The first value of y of x that we have there, it's a 1. Then it means y, it will be equal to positive 1. Or y is equal to 3 minus 2 into 1 over 2. Then y is equal to half of 2, it's a 1. 3 minus 1 is positive 2. Then if you are here, you have fully solved for x and y simultaneously. That is that about as far as 1.2 is concerned.